Next week begins a major legal milestone in the deadly Uvalde school shooting. A former school police officer is going on trial, accused in connection with law enforcement's response that day, much criticized response when 19 students and 2 teachers were shot and killed at an elementary school. Fox 4's Casey Stegall spoke with relatives of victims today and joins us now in studio with their stories.
Hey, Steve, good evening. For the families of those murdered at Robb Elementary, next week will open wounds that never fully healed. And due to the highly public nature of this case, defense lawyers have their work cut out for them.
It's mixed emotions. I mean, we're prepared as best as we can.
Jackie Cazares was 9 years old when a gunman took her life inside Robb Elementary School alongside 18 of her classmates and 2 teachers on May 24, 2022. Her uncle tells me what comes next will force them to relive the darkest moment of their lives.
We know we're going to hear a lot of detail that we probably haven't heard before. Intimate things that happened in what they saw in the hallway, in the classroom.
For more than 3 years, there have been reports, investigations, and federal findings of systemic failure. Now, for the first time, a trial. Jury selection starts on Monday for former Uvalde school police officer Adrian Gonzalez, one of the first officers on scene that day. He faces 29 felony counts of abandoning or endangering a child and has pleaded not guilty.
And it's right there at your doorstep. So what do we do now? Do we fold? Do we bend? Or what do we do, right? And we will finish it to the very end.
Gonzalez's lawyers successfully argued a change of venue, so a judge moved the proceedings to Nueces County in Corpus Christi, more than 200 miles away. A pool of 450 potential jurors have been called up, far more than the 65 or so in a similar felony case.
I mean, it's going to be difficult. I don't know that moving it to Nueces County is going to resolve any of these problems.
George Milner is a former prosecutor himself, now a criminal defense lawyer. While not affiliated with the Uvalde cases, he suspects the defense strategy may zero in on individual decisions, not the collective response.
What are we waiting on? Does anybody know?
Of more than 400 members of law enforcement who waited over an hour before taking out and killing the suspect.
They may be able to say it would not have made any difference. I mean, we don't know the timing of everything that happened. They'll know some of that.
A second case involving former Uvalde school police chief Pete Arredondo is still pending. He was indicted on 10 counts of child endangerment with no trial date set. For Jackie's family and all the others, meantime, the courtroom cannot give them back what they lost, but they're ready to see justice prevail, whatever that looks like.
In the court of public opinion, he will always be a failure. He will always be found guilty. Miss her laughs, her smiles. First one to give you the hug, and the last one to give you the hug. That's what I miss. You'll never get that back.
The trial is expected to last several weeks. I spoke with a second family today as well. They also told me they intend to make the trip and be present for most of those court proceedings, Steve.
It's going to be rough in the court, for sure. All right. Thank you. Casey Stegall.